So, sometimes there's a book that you need to read, it's on your list, it's required for one reason or another, and you just don't want to pick it up, even though you kind of know that you're going to love it. And this is one of those books, like it was on my list, I was very interested in reading it, but because I needed to read it as a sponsor for the book club, and this was one of our required books for the book club, I just didn't want to pick it up and engage with it. I didn't want to get into it. And I picked it up, and man, I'm so glad I did. So I want to talk to you today about The Cruel Prince by Holly Black. Now, first of all, if you've never read anything by Holly Black is the queen of like dark fairy stories. That is her realm. She is one of the Seelie or Unseelie court. I don't know which one she would tell you she's part of. But starting back with her book Tithe forever ago, which in many ways inspired and contributed to Cassandra Clare's, Shadowhunters world. Holly Black created this dark fairy, and it ties more into what fairies were in folk tales, because we think of fairies as like Tinkerbell, and that is not quite what they were like, according to folklore and stuff like that. They were often vicious. They were very, mischievous. So let's talk about The Cruel Prince. This book starts out early in the book, like very, very early. We meet these three kids. There's two younger sisters who are twins, and of course I forgot their names because that's how I do. Jude and I think Taryn is the other twin, and they have an older sister. Yes, Jude and Taryn, and they have an older sister named Vivi. Okay, or Vivian. Now, Jude and Taryn are twins, and their older sister Vivian is a little bit different than everyone else. They talk about her having slightly furred, pointed ears. She has eyes that look like cat's eyes. So she's not quite normal. And there's a knock at the door, and Vivi opens the door to this massive man monster thing who turns out is her biological father. And the father she's known comes out to defend her, and he kills him instantly, and then he kills his former wife who ran away with their baby. And so he takes his daughter Vivian back to go back to Fairy with him, but he also takes these mortal twins because he feels a sense of responsibility and that's the right thing to do. And the story mostly focuses on one of those twins, Jude. Taryn and Jude have done everything they can to try and fit into Fairy, but they'll never quite be normal there. And so Taryn's way of doing that is to just adapt, to accept her position, to do whatever she can to marry into a good position, whereas Jude wants to become a warrior, wants to become a knight. They've come to sort of love their father, despite the horrible things that he's done, even though he's not really their father. But they are constantly tormented by the gentry, by the wealthy folks. And this story revolves around some of those relationships. It revolves around the drama surrounding the crown and who's going to become the sort of high king of Fairy. And it's got murder, it's got mystery, it's got intrigue, it's got magic, it's got love and romance, it's got betrayal. It is a fantastic series. This is the first book. You need to definitely pick it up.